Good morning, students. Today's topic is the caste system as a discriminatory system. That means how, in the name of caste, people were discriminated in the society. The caste system is a distinct social institution that legitimizes and enforces practices of discrimination against people born into a particular caste. That means people were discriminated in the name of caste in our society. And normally it is seen that the upper caste people discriminate the lower caste people. And the practices of discrimination are humiliating, exclusionary, and exploitative. People were humiliated or insulted if they belonged to lower caste, and sometimes they were forced to do some kinds of activities so that the upper caste people could humiliate the lower caste, and were not allowed to participate in social ceremonies or collective religious worship. Even they were forced to work for the upper caste, but in return they were paid very less, or sometimes they were not even paid the wages. Historically, the caste system classified people by their occupation and status. Every caste was associated with an occupation, which meant that person born into a particular caste had to follow the caste occupation, and they had no choice, and each caste also had a specific place in the hierarchy of social status. That means upper caste, high status; lower caste, low status. Brahmins, they need to follow caste occupation, that means they need to do the ritual activities. Kshatriyas, they are supposed to be the warriors. Vaishyas, they are the businessmen. Shudras, they provide service to other caste. Okay, but in strict scriptural terms, social and economic status were supposed to be sharply separated. For example, the ritual terms highest caste, that is the Brahmins, were not supposed to amass wealth and were subordinated to the king, that is to the Kshatriya caste. On the other hand, the king was subordinated to the Brahmins in the ritual religious sphere. That means every caste depended on other caste for their caste occupation. Clear? In terms of ritual activities, whether it is Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra, they need to depend on Brahmins. In terms of business or trade, every other caste need to depend on Vaishya community. Then to get service, other caste need to depend on Shudra caste. Okay, so in historical practice, economic and social status tended to coincide. There was a close correlation between social status and economic status. That means the high caste almost always occupy high economic status and low caste occupy low economic status. But in modern times, since the 19th century, the link between caste and occupation has become much less rigid. At present, we cannot impose any occupation to anyone in the name of caste or in terms of religion and rituals. And it is now easy to change one's occupation. Now we can find rich and poor people in every caste, as the correlation between caste and economic status has become weak. But this correlation have not changed at the macro level. That means if we see in our society, we do not find anyone discriminating other. But when we study at a large scale, at a macro level, we find that caste system still existed in our society. It is still in the society that the privileged sections of society tended to be the upper caste, while the disadvantaged sections are dominated by the so-called lower caste. Even though different schemes were launched to minimize the caste differences and the caste role in public sphere, but caste continues to affect the life chances of Indians in the 21st century. That means even today caste play a significant role in our society. That means in the name of caste, people are still discriminated. So this much under this topic. Thank you.